Hello, I'm Natalie Allen at CNN Center. CNN now has word that Edward Snowden has left Hong Kong. We're trying to get confirmation about his destination. The former NSA contractor faces espionage charges in the U.S. He had been hiding in Hong Kong since his release of classified information concerning alleged U.S. surveillance activities. Senior international correspondent Nick Robertson joins me now from Hong Kong with the latest. What are you hearing?
Oh, Natalie, a very dramatic development. It comes just 2 days after the United States asked Hong Kong authorities to issue a provisional arrest warrant for Edward Snowden after listing charges. He had always said that he would try to resist going back to the United States. And what we are learning now from the Hong Kong government is, and I will quote their words here, Edward Snowden left Hong Kong today on his own accord for a third country through legal and normal channels. What the South China Morning Post newspaper's website is reporting, in addition to this, they are saying that late this morning, about 5 hours ago, he boarded a flight for Moscow. But the government here is confirming that Edward Snowden has, in fact, left Hong Kong by his own free will and by normal and legal means. And the statement from the government here goes on, and it further says that the government here heard the request from the United States, but was unable to see enough evidence in that request from the United States for a provisional arrest warrant for Edward Snowden for them to go ahead and issue that provisional arrest warrant, which means that there was no arrest warrant, which means Edward Snowden was free to leave because the authorities here in Hong Kong said that there was not enough legal basis in the information provided by the United States to arrest Edward Snowden. And on top of that, this same statement from the Hong Kong authorities here goes on to say they will be sending a letter to the United States requesting an explanation about why and how computers here have been hacked. And this comes as a result, it would seem, of the revelations by Edward Snowden that that's exactly what the NSA have been doing, Natalie.
Well, there will be many questions about how Hong Kong read what the charges were and its reaction to it, because just yesterday you were reporting that they would cooperate based on the extradition laws that they operate under. This interesting news by the newspaper that he may be en route Moscow, Russia perhaps being involved, certainly further complicates the Snowden saga.
It absolutely does. What the South China Morning Post newspaper's website is saying is that they believe that he is en route to another country after Russia. Possibly, it would seem, Iceland, as we heard that he was trying to get to, potentially Ecuador, where the WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange is trying to get to in the Ecuadorian embassy in London. And we know that Julian Assange has been trying to help and give advice to Edward Snowden in this whole process. Really, the precise details of where Edward Snowden is definitely going right now and where he will end up within the next few days, that none of that remains clear. The reporting that most people are relying on at the moment is coming from the South China Morning Post website saying that he's en route to Moscow. But again, this seems to be backed up by what we're hearing from the government here, that he has left of his own free will and by normal means, which tends to imply a commercial airline flight, and that's what we understand at the moment, Natalie.
Very interesting development. Edward Snowden on a plane for somewhere. Nick Robertson in Hong Kong for us. Thank you.